most highly anticipated event leading up to the draft is the NFL Combine Training Camp. Now, this is not an audition, but more of a process. After 8 weeks of training, this is the time when players are expected to give the best performance of their lifetime. Something as small as a tenth of a second slow on a 40-yard dash could result in the loss of millions of dollars in a potential NFL contract. Dan was one of the 300 top prospects invited to Indianapolis for the Combine, and he made it a priority to set himself apart from his competition. In late February, Dan arrived to a snow-covered Indianapolis for another chance to prove himself worthy of playing in the NFL. The NFL Combine Training Camp was held in the Lucas Oil Stadium, home of the Colts and Tennessee legend Peyton Manning.
I'm not really nervous. I know it's part of the process, just talking to guys, past Tennessee guys who have been through the process, I have been trying to gather all the information I can to better prepare myself. But, I know it's part of the job, and it's just like one big job interview, and I want to impress all 32 teams. So, I only know one team can select you, but I want to impress everybody. So they're like, man, that goddamn Williams is, he's something,
Many think the Combine is a make-it-or-break-it event, but Dan's agent says it's just one of the many components NFL teams consider when making their draft picks.
They're going to look at his on-field production, they're going to look at his character, they're going to look at his football smarts, they're going to look at his injury history, they're going to look at all these different pieces. And so at the end of the day, there's not a lot of things that separate one player from the next. So you want to take advantage of every single one of them and absolutely maximize them to the most you can.
2 months of training has gone into preparing Dan for a successful Combine, but all the training and planning in the world cannot fully prepare a player for what they will go through.
When he works out at Indianapolis, there's nobody there but him. I can't go out there. Nobody can go out there to stretch him. Nobody can tell him how good he's doing. Nobody can help him. He shows up at Indy, he goes through 3 days of psychological and medical testing, where he's up at 6 in the morning, in bed about 10 or 11, if he's lucky at night, sometimes midnight. And then that 4th day, they got to get up at 6 or 7 in the morning and go perform, hopefully the best they can in their life. And it's all alone.
Dan understands all that's expected of him, and just like in his training and Senior Bowl performance, he is approaching the Combine both determined and confident.
I'm going to do whatever it takes. So if you need me standing there, you need to poke at me, pull on me, whatever. Make sure that when you choose that wins, you believe in me. And it's from a finger to a bicep to whatever. I want to make sure you do all the background checks, whatever you need to do. And I want you being confident in making your choice.
After pushing out 27 reps on the bench press, Dan impressed NFL teams with his speed.
I think when people first look at me, they probably throw them off and they might underestimate my speed or something, just because of how big I look.
At 327 pounds, he ran 40 yards in 5.19 seconds. He cleared 32 inches in the vertical jump and 8 feet in the broad jump. He proved able to quickly change direction with a 4.87-second 20-yard shuttle and a 7.88-second 3-cone drill. Each player, regardless of his position, completes the same 6 tests at the Combine workout. There are also medical and psychological tests players undergo, in addition to an IQ test called the Wonderlic. In between various tests and the actual workout, players will also meet for interviews with NFL teams.
Teams only get 60 interviews, and they only get about 15 minutes with each player, and that's it.
NFL teams evaluated Dan's workout against the other defensive tackles at the Combine.
If a team needs a D-tackle, they're going to look at 5 guys that are in Dan's position and say, which is our best guy? And they're going to get that from the game film. And then they'll take those 5, and then they'll go look at it. Then they'll go specifically watch those 5 at Indy, and which one of those 5 outperformed each other. Wow, we didn't know Dan was so explosive and fast. So let's go back and look at his game film. Then they'll go back and re-look at the game film. And sometimes it just leaves a thought in their head, God, he tested that good. Maybe his game film does look a little better now.
About 75% of players attending the Combine redo some of their tests at their school's pro day. Many schools host a pro day for NFL scouts to come watch players who were either not invited to the Combine or who want to redo some of the tests.
9 out of 10 times with our guys, they go to Indy and they do good enough on all their tests that they go to their pro day and all they got to do is go through like a personal workout for their position drills.
Dan was pleased with his Combine results, but wanted yet another chance to showcase himself in front of the NFL teams. At Tennessee's Pro Day in mid-March, he chose to only participate in position drills and team interviews.
I'm ready, I'm excited, I'm really just trying to enjoy where I am, enjoying the whole experience so far. And I mean, this is just a once in a lifetime, experience to go through, and I'm just gonna take every day and just enjoy it and have fun.